What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we have an interesting one here. I think this is probably the second or third one where a trailer has dropped for a film, yet there has been no recent article covering the drop of said trailer, talking about said film. And I'm not sure why. Again, this is, I think, the second one I've come across in as many days, probably the last 2 or 3 days. And this one, though, is much older. The one that I think we recently did, the article is roughly 7-8 months old. Couldn't find anything recent about the film itself, and then the in support of the trailer dropping. This one is far different. As you can see here, just the timestamp on this is 3 years ago. Irish horror movie Woken brings the apocalypse to a remote island. And the trailer, the official trailer that I saw recently pop up for this just got uploaded. It says it's an official trailer for this film, and it's dated 2025, and it was just dropped a few days ago. So I don't know if this is one of those films where we see it pop up, like in this case, 3 years ago, because it was a new film coming out, went to a few film festivals, didn't go anywhere, didn't get purchased by any studio. It has sat dormant this whole time and is now getting its release. I don't know if maybe that's the case, because this was the most recent thing again, 3 years ago that I could find talking about this film. Not necessarily on this website only, but in general. It's been roughly about 3 years ago on all the articles I could find. So instead of just going right into the trailer, I thought we would go over this article, because usually we have an article that we go through, just get an idea of the film itself. So that's what we're going to do with this one, even though it is 3 years old. Then we're going to go over to the trailer. And again, the trailer just popped up like 2 or 3 days ago, so I'm not sure what's going on here. And it's possible this could have gotten released in Europe or in other regions outside of the U.S., and it's just now making its way to the U.S. That is very possible. We see that happen quite often. So if you have seen this film, maybe you have, maybe again, if it was released internationally, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you have seen it, because I'd be interested to know if it did get an international release, or if it just sat dormant, like I said, and nobody really scooped it up, and somehow it's making its way out. So let's jump into it. Again, Irish horror movie Woken brings the apocalypse to a remote island. So let's scroll down. Production. So you can see how long ago the production had just started for this film. I mean, production is underway on Irish horror movie Woken. Variety reports this afternoon, which will be the feature debut of director Alan Frail. Let's see here. Aaron Kellerman will star alongside Maxine Peake in the film set on a remote island in the North Sea. The film is set against a post-apocalyptic scenario in which the Isle provides a safe haven from a pandemic that has decimated Earth. The pic sees the protagonist, Anna, wake up pregnant and unable to remember who her husband is, nor does Anna recognize Helen and Peter, who are supposedly helping her get her health back. Disbelief in what she is being told leads to horrible revelation, and Anna having to contend with existential issues brought on by man's destruction of the planet. Okay. And now let's see here. Filming is now underway in Ireland, with the film being produced by Fantastic Films. So again, this was 3 years ago. So it seems like the movie's done. So let's now jump over to the trailer and see what this Irish horror movie is going to be about.
That is your first day on the island.
Island?
You.
Helen here tells me that your memory's gone missing. Do you remember me?
You've had a bad fall. You've been unconscious for 2 weeks. Don't worry, the baby's fine.
All as it should be.
Where's my family?
You never knew your parents. Jim says that's why this baby is so important to you both.
This must be a lot for you to take in.
Maybe a trip to the mainland might help me remember.
Once the baby's here, if you still want to go, we'll go.
How do I get off this island?
You can't. Anna, please. While there's still time, Go back.
I want some answers. Why can't I remember anything?
You don't know what you're doing.
What have you done to me?
Oh, Anna. You are our greatest success. We only want what's best for you. Sometimes, not knowing everything is what's best.
So this one looks really intriguing to me. And I think because there's so much mystery about how this is going to play out and really what is going on. I mean, we know from the article, pandemic, looks like they're self-secluding themselves on this island but we also see how quickly some individuals in hazmat suits show up onto the island, or at least out in front of the house that they're in. So they're not completely secluded, and they're not completely removed from, I guess, whatever society is left, right? People can still get to this island and find them, right? So it's not like they're completely hidden and off the map, so to speak. I wonder though, in some of the scenes that we were seeing, it almost felt like some of the shots were like that old school 16 millimeter, it's like really white and the colors are really like faded out, and then we came to like more modern looking picture, like present time. I thought that was an interesting change of film, but I also wondering, from what we saw of her, the main actress, there were a couple scenes we saw her with a rifle. We saw her what appeared to be in some sort of laboratory a couple times. So I'm wondering, if she can't remember what's going on and she's been unconscious for 2 weeks, I'm betting those that are there and around her know who she is. And as things move on, there's going to be things that are going to trigger her memory into her remembering who she is, how she got there, the things she's been involved in, so on and so forth. And then it's all going to come to a head as it did towards the end of that trailer, where it seemed like she was walking into a room through like those plastic, I don't want to say curtains, those like plastic dividers, and then have like this shocked look on her face. So I'm thinking it's going to be something like that. Now, again, looking at, this trailer, again, the trailer dropped 3 days ago, and it says official trailer 2025. There's no other date listed with this, within the body of the trailer itself, saying, this is when in 2025 it's coming out. So I have no context on when that is going to be. Let's just hope it comes out at some point this year. I did notice, though, when we looked at that article, because that article is 3 years old in 2022, at the beginning of this trailer, there were 3 things that popped up. It looked like it was premiered at 2 different film festivals in 2023 and another one in 2024, which now makes sense as to potentially why we haven't heard much about it, because it was making its rounds through those types of festivals and viewings, which we see happen very often with films like this. So I am interested in this one, but I'm finding more and more, even like when it comes to like folklore horror or folk horror films, like Irish, British ones, things of that nature. I'm really loving those ones. This one, I do hope we find out more about this soon, whether it's going to just pop up on a streaming platform or even potential digital purchase, because I would blind buy this one, absolutely. I see this more as a psychological horror film. It's listed as just horror thriller. I see this more as psychological based on just what we saw. But this one looks really good. We'll be keeping an eye out for this one to see when it happens to drop. So that's going to do it for this quick review, trailer review of the film called Woken, an Irish horror film. Again, it's listed as a horror thriller. I think it's more psychological. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the film. Are you interested in things like this, especially on more of an international level? And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.